All right. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to our step 3 of our Success Step Bootcamp. So far we've on day 1, we have talked about how to grow your circle and who to invite into it. And Chelsea did a really good job at finding 5 people from different aspects of your life to put onto this list. That list is going to be ever evolving. So we'll do more trainings on downloading your friends list. Sarah Sturgliano commented about just pulling up your contacts in your phone. We're going to be growing our networks on social media. That list is going to be ever evolving. And then last night, Sarah trained on sending some messages and, going back to our list and then sending those people messages, whether it's about the business opportunity, whether it's about specific products. And now in step 3, we're going to take that to the next level. And step 3 is titled Meaningful Conversations, but it's kind of just taking that conversation to the very next level and actually getting them into a Bravenly, whether it's a presentation, whether it's a one-on-one conversation, whether it's a sneak peek, we call it sizzle video, whether it's coming to an event, whether it's hosting an event. It's getting Bravenly in front of them and now sharing the Bravenly story and not just telling them like what you're doing or what products you have, but sharing the whole Bravenly story. So I'm going to go ahead and assume we've gotten to that point. I know a lot of you guys have been following along through the steps. And so you'll find out, if you haven't learned yet, you'll find out that even though you have this big long list and you send out all these messages, they don't all trickle through all the steps because some people like to ghost us, and that's just part of life. Unfortunately, we all get busy. It's not that people intentionally are ghosting you or ignoring you or not getting back to you. Sometimes it's just that they're busy and it requires a little follow-up, but we'll get to that step later in the process. But for this one, let's just say that you've had your list, you sent messages last night, and let's just say now someone has said, yes, tell me more. Now it's having that meaningful conversation and figuring out what's best for them. Is it somebody that my favorite thing to do is have a one-on-one conversation with them with an upline. However, sometimes before you get to that level or that point in the conversation, it's helpful just to say, let me send you this 4-minute sneak peek sizzle video so they have an idea of kind of what you're talking about before you get them in a 3-way conversation with an upline, a cross line, whoever that might be. So one thing I did today, let's just say, who does somebody have that's willing to speak up? Is somebody at that point where they've said, yes, I'd be open. Tell me more. What are you up to?
Are you meaning like you've messaged someone that said that they were interested in hearing more about the opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. I have my 2-year-old here. So
that's okay.
I'm trying to
yep.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. And have you sent them anything else yet, or can we practice with you tonight?
Sure. My face is turning red, sorry. So yeah, I sent her a video and I'm not sure if she had a chance to watch it today, but Sarah assisted me. I sent her screenshots, and she was previously on another team with another business with me, but really didn't do much. Sorry. I apologize. But yeah, so she did watch that, and she had an appointment today. So we've just been kind of talking about how her appointment went since then.
Hi. I love it. Hi. Okay, I love that. And I'm going to give you an A+ because you said you were sending Sarah screenshots. So kudos to you. That is another great way to utilize our uplines, sidelines, cross lines, whatever, and just getting that extra hand. I still do it as a legacy founding vice president here. I still send screenshots to sidelines, cross lines, downlines, even Ashley Aspen to get help and get that reassurance, because it's sometimes easier for somebody else without the emotional attachment to our contacts to give us a level-headed reply or what to say next. So never feel bad doing that. Okay, so I love that. So you sent the video, and I will use an example. I had 2 examples. One was from messaging yesterday when we sent out just kind of some blank, let me see what Sarah said. When we were at Leadership Summit, we heard from Glenn, who, yes, still utilizes three-way chats as an EVP. Absolutely. So we talked about, yesterday we were sending out the messages. I don't know if you've seen what I'm up to, but I started this new company, what that meant, whatever that message looked like for you. And I had somebody say, sure, send me more info. And so this was the next step, meaningful conversations. So what do you do? So Sarah kind of showed a snapshot also yesterday in the step 2. She screen shared with our boards app, and that is going to be your best friend because you can quickly jump in there, go to the video resources that Sarah shared, and send them that 4-minute sneak peek. Or for another friend I had reached out to, she's actually kind of similar to Amanda. She's done this industry before, so she's no stranger. She kind of gets the gist of it. So you can kind of take that to the next level. And I just sent her the replay of Aspen's Meet Bravenly from last week. So you kind of have to be the judge of where the people are at. If they have no clue what you're doing, they've never been a part of this industry before, a good thing to start with is just that 4-minute sneak peek video, because sometimes people, they don't know what they don't know, and they're not going to commit to the 20 to 30 minute Meet Bravenly presentation without having a clue what they're getting into. So sometimes that 4-minute sneak peek video, and it's, again, look at you. She's on it, you guys. Oh, you're muted, Amanda. You can't hear you.
She was a message from last night.
Perfect.
30, and then we sent the 4-minute sneak peek.
Perfect. See, she's on it. Good work. I love it. Okay, so that's one of my favorites, is a 4-minute sneak peek. So the 3-way conversation is a good option. The 3-minute sneak peek, sending the most recent replay. There is a full-length presentation in YouTube, but those aren't usually updated as often as the monthly Meet Bravenly opportunity calls that Aspen does on the main Bravenly Global public Facebook page. So I often like to go back and not just tag them, but share it into their messenger so they can see the most up to date. Because you guys, if you've been around more than a month, you know that things are constantly changing, whether it's new products, whether it's changes to the comp plan, whatever it might be, things are constantly changing. So I just like to send the most up to date, and that's usually always going to be on the Bravenly Global public Facebook page. Sometimes we have events going on later this month. It's on our October calendar. We're going to be doing a 2-day blitz, kind of a sneak peek event. And so that's something that's an example. I don't want you to invite to it right now. So I'm just telling you this is an example, and people watching the replay, that when we do Facebook events, this is one of those invites that you can send to them. We also have Bravenly Insiders, which is another place you can invite them to. So I know this is a lot. We have so many resources. It's a good thing that we've got so many resources, but the point is to take it from just making the ask like we did last night to getting them into this meaningful conversation, talking through what Bravenly looks like, but letting the tools do the heavy lifting for you. So if we want to take it another step, the next big tip is for you, especially if you're just getting started, to host an event, whether it is an in-person sip and simple event where you invite your upline or just a local friend if you don't have your upline close to you, and you get a couple of your favorite products that you might have on hand, or you ask your friend or your upline who live close to you if they can help you with it, and you just invite people over to come and sip and sample a couple of your favorites. It doesn't have to be everything. It could just be Rush. It could just be coffee. It could just, well, Glow Girl's kind of out for now, I guess. Maybe not Glow Girl. And you just get to share, and you get to have that connection piece, and you get to show them firsthand what the community looks like here, how much fun we get to have here. And then it's kind of hands-on, and they get to learn and ask questions and taste what we're talking about too. So that is an option. Or another way we do those kind of hosting launch events is online, virtual. So of course you can't really sip and sample in person there, but it's a great way to invite all of your followers, your network. It's a great reason to reach out to people and say, oh my gosh, I'm hosting this event. I'm launching my business. I can't wait to share more. And you just get them into a group again with your upline, and your upline or me does the heavy lifting for you and shares. We can either share the presentation that was most recently posted, or your upline, sideline, crossline can do a live presentation and just talk more about Ravenly that way too. So those are my tips. Does anybody have questions? Or I really want to be able to practice, but like I said, I know sometimes the steps don't go necessarily as planned. So if anybody else has somebody where they're at that point where they get to share now, let's do that. Or let's go backwards to yesterday's step 2 and send more messages to get to step 3. Or if any other leaders want to jump in and add to that. I will quickly, before I told you guys to unmute, and now I'm going to cut you off. I will add on to what Sarah said as far as utilizing three-way chats go. She had said Glenn, who just hit EVP, that's the top of the company, is still utilizing three-way chats. And it's not because he's incompetent or incapable of sharing the information and closing his potentials. It's more for the fact of duplication. Now it's showing his potentials that this is just what we do. You don't have to know all the things. You have support and someone else gets to help you. And it's showing them that they are supported in multiple layers of leadership. And it's showing that potential that when they come in, they're going to get that same layered leadership support that they may need as well. So it has so many good benefits from utilizing those three-way conversations. But anyway, what else would you add in meaningful conversations? Or does anyone have any questions? Okay. We can keep it short and sweet. Like I said, I love it. It also helps to reassure they don't have to know all the things. Absolutely. Yes, I think that is one of the biggest objections that people have, and a lot of hesitation for people to even get started. They don't want to say too much or talk to too many friends because they're afraid that they don't know all the answers yet, and they're afraid, what if somebody asks me a question I don't know? It's okay. Go ahead, Sarah. You look like you're unmuted.
I was going to say it does two things as well. So how many of you are still working full-time jobs? Probably most of us, right? And so one of the biggest objections, especially when you are talking with brand partners, is time. I don't have time to do this. And so when you can say, hey, I'm at work today, but as I'm at work, Mickey is going to be here and she can answer all of your questions for you. And then she shares out your link. That's showing them that this is possible for them, even if they are limited on time too. You know, and people are starving for community. And when they see, like, it's not even necessarily verbalized, but when they see that this is a team truly working together and there's that community aspect of it, it's going to just send that message out to them when you're already talking to your potentials, because people don't have time and they're starving for a community. And those three-way conversations are going to be a way to, through like not having to say it, they're going to see that in action.
Absolutely.
To piggyback off of what Sarah said, if any of you do run into someone who throws the objection of, I don't have time, you're more than welcome to throw them in a three-way chat with me, because right now I'm the busiest person on the planet and I still show up for my business. So I'm more than happy to plug away at them and show them how they can fit it in and make it work.
A perfect example of not letting your why become your excuse. I love it. Love it, love
And
it.
also, this is one thing that I picked up at the leadership conference or summit as well, it doesn't have to be your upline. People love hearing stories. So find someone, it could be sideline, like feel free to reach out to me. It could even be downline. If, you know, for example, if I wanted to tap into Tammy because she's a hairstylist and she's a mom, I'm not a mom. So they're not going to relate to me like they would relate to the moms on the call. So maybe you can even use sideline, you can use downline or here, one team, you know, and I'm sure we would all love to help each other out. It doesn't necessarily have to be your upline because people are going to relate to other people that are similar to them in similar situations. So maybe you even want to pull in someone else who has a story similar to the potential that you're talking to.
Absolutely. I love it. Awesome. All right. Anybody else have any questions or want to add anything else? Amanda, did you unmute? Okay. I guess not. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I hope to hear about all of the three-way conversations we're about to have. Continue growing your list, continue sending those messages, and we will see you guys tomorrow on step 4. Have a good night.